This video is part of my software engineering series, 3 common problems and 3 solutions. In this part you will see the first problem, switching on types, and the solution, adhere to the open-close principle with polymorphism. The open-close principle says software entities should be open for extension but closed for modification. Software entities can be anything from modules, classes to functions, and in this example I will work with functions. Let me rephrase the open-close principle in my own words. I want to change the behavior of a function without changing the code in that function. That sounds like a contradiction, right? It is, and yet I will show you how to achieve this. But before I can, I have to show you the problem we are going to solve. I will do this with an example where the open-closed principle is violated and what problems that causes. Then I will fix the problem. After you have seen the problem and solution, you will be able to spot the problem in your own code and know how to solve it. Here are classes header and literal text. Both take and store text. I create a list with an instance of each. Although the classes are very similar, they both need to exist in order to switch on types like I will do here. This way I can print the header all caps and the literal text as is. I call showDocument and execute the code. And that works. But the function needed to switch on element types in order to represent the text correctly. This switch will become a problem when I add another document element class. I add class horizontal line to the code. And pack it in the document list. To make this effective, the showDocument function also needs to be changed. The code works, but I violated the open-close principle. The function should be closed for modification while allowing extending its behavior. And this can be achieved with polymorphism. I will give each class method getRepresentation that returns the appropriate string rendering. One for header, one for literal text, and one for horizontal line. The showDocument function can be simplified drastically. Instead of switching on type, it can call method getRepresentation on each document element. Let me test that. And that works. The code has grown quite a bit. You might wonder if this is the right way to go. But remember the goal. It was to lock this function. And we have achieved that, and I can demonstrate this by adding yet another class to the system. If you are watching this video, I guess that you like software engineering puzzles just like I do. But what I never got is why some books need 500 pages to explain these down-to-earth concepts. So I did something different. I created an ebook where I explain 3 common problems with solutions. And instead of having to read for 2 days, you can now read it in 5 minutes. But it gets better. You don't have to discuss with Bert anymore. You see, Bert hates patterns and principles. And instead of wasting your time convincing him, you can now just send him a copy of the ebook and proceed with more important things. A link to the ebook is in the description. Now let me add another class to the system to show that the showDocument function is indeed closed for modification. I add class BulletList. With its own getRepresentation implementation. I add another horizontal line and the bullet list to the document. And without changing the showDocument function, this will work. And it does. This code adheres to the open-close principle. The showDocument function is closed for modification, but its functionality can still be extended by creating new document elements. The open-close principle also plays a role when objects start creating other objects based on types. And to see why that is a problem, click on this video. There you learn why objects should not create other objects and how to solve the problem with dependency injection.